There he goes. Hey, somebody go grab him, quick. Go get him. He's talking to dead people again.
I love how they all kind of don't know what to do every time Biden kind of wanders off. It's like, are you going to get...
Not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere. All over the world, they're pouring in.
He's lost.
And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency,
wow.
We had, according to...
Look at the closed captions. Whoever's doing the closed captions can't figure out what Joe is saying.
And by the way, the other thing is, we're in a situation where...
$4 billion insurance due to a pre-existing insurance condition.
The amount of money for Pell Grants, another $8,000.
Anybody
making under $70,000.
I pity the fool. I pity the fool running the closed caption.
He just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump.
So I've dealt with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. So sad. They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old, all because of him and stupid decisions. Russia would have never attacked if I were president.
Trump, the question was, will you accept...
Start? Look. Hunter's a great guy, and he knows we can rehabilitate the situation, right? Who knows more about rehab than Hunter? He's done more rehabs than the Property Brothers. And he said, Pops, you didn't sleep enough, that's all. You need to pick me up. And use my medicine of choice. I left a bag of it in the White House for you. I said, no thank you, I don't need it. I don't do the powder, all right? Wise man once told me, don't sniff anything smaller than a teenager's head. And then he was eaten by cannibals.
Whoa. Put on the brakes. Welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, hoofties, poofties, bung-eyed heifers, right and left wing wackos, woodchucks, and chuckettes, kings and queens of the Northeast Kingdom, Vermont's Northeast Kingdom, that is, to another version of It's News to Us. Now, before we start, I'm gonna remember this. In the booth, we have Philo T. Farnsworth, the College of Musical Knowledge. And I couldn't do any of this stuff without him. He was kind enough to change the music for me, because I got shut down. I got shut down again from the for the music I had on by the Bluetooth and the Weasels. I ran it before, like what would we run that? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, Terry?
Yeah, the first week they let it through, and then the next two they blocked you.
Yeah, so I said, you know what? The good old Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead, they don't care about anything. As a matter of fact, I on the way in here, I was listening to some bootleg discs that Philo pulled off the internet and recorded for me to CD. Thanks, Philo. From the shows from the Boston Garden of May 7th, 1977. I was at that show. That's the one that they converted to vinyl last year and sold it only on record day. And God knows I don't know. I'm surprised nobody's put that up to the net yet. But obviously it'd be a better quality if it was from the machine, or the mixer rather, from the board, than from the audience members. But you'd go to a Grateful Dead show and there'd be guys out there, fat furry freak brothers, and you'd see some furry guy with a friggin' Nakamichi, a $10,000 tape deck, and he's got a microphone on a stand, and then on the other side of the stage is his old lady, and with no bra, and she's got another mic stand. And they had the tapers place, they'd even put on like electrical outlets so people could tape them. They don't care. So Philo was kind enough to put in U.S. Blues, and thankfully Bluetooth can't screw with us. But anyways, yeah, you can see his videos too. He does drumming videos where he scrubs the stuff. He scrubs the drums and plays drums. It's great. You see his videos on YouTube at Terry DeFazio. So anyways, who are we? Where are we? Thanks, Philo. You're watching It's News to Us. We're Newport Soldiers TV News. Here, Neil Brown, K, as the locals say. And here's our cadaver-in-chief. Oh, mister. But that was another thing Philo did for us. We put up some clips from the debate on the 27th. If you call that thing a debate. It's like, my God, at one point Trump says, I don't know what he just said. I don't think he knows either. Because, I mean, he's repeating words of this. It's like, next week I'm going to put a compilation. I know I've got some in there. I've got to stop videoing so much of this stuff. Next week I'll get a compilation of stuff. But hell hail the cadaver-in-chief. That's right, old Joe. And here he is right here, as a matter of fact. Here's old Joe, he's a moving mighty slow at the White House. Thorazine, because he gets the sundowner syndrome. Oh yeah, then they came out and they admitted that old Joe is only active from 10 a.m. until, what the hell is it? 4 p.m. After that, you're on your own. Just leave the key up on the gas pump on your way out. It's like, what the hell? Who's running the show? This guy is non-compos mentis. A climate crisis? I don't think so. Come on, man. It's weather, people. Yeah, sure, it's hotter. It could get cooler. You know, I was watching that Twilight Zone. I should have got some clips from that. The 1961 with Lois Nettleton. She plays an artist, and she's painting, and the Earth has gone out of orbit and it's closer to the sun and everybody's getting fried. But anyways, I know who I'm voting for next fall. I want peace and prosperity, not wars and austerity. Well, if I make it till next fall. Defund the police? I don't think so. We're going to defend the good cops. Because when you're laying there in your wrecked car in a steaming pile of friggin' wreckage, or a deer through your windshield, or God knows what, those first responders are looking mighty damn good.
Yeah, or you might have a Tarkus that's after you.
Yeah. Yeah, the armadillos, man. They, especially the ones with the cannons mounted on their backs.
Yeah, they got a few of them in Texas now.
Yeah.
They're gonna patrol that border.
Yeah, like that, like that tortoise in Breaking Bad, remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh God. With the guy's head on it. Anyways, we're all inclusive here. We cater to men, women, women. And you know what? If you're out and you see the black bloc kids and they're spraying this stuff all over the place, get the hell out, because, you know, you'll probably get beat up and at a minimum. But I don't think so. They're Democratic shock troops, real basically. But anyways, the news division at NEK was kind enough to print this up for us. Here we go. Thanks, Philo. This is from, thank you. This is from, what the hell is it from? Oh, the Gateway Pundit. They want to cheat. Elon Musk warns Democrats are planning to steal more elections with non-citizens' votes. As a matter of fact, that law that is going up before Congress as we speak. Today now is Wednesday, July 10th. Oh, my birthday was 5 days ago. That was fun.
Oh, you old goat.
Yep, old goat. 68 times have I circled around that sun. And so they're acting on the legislation right now as we speak, man. And Biden said he ain't going to sign it. It's all the law says is that they want only citizens to vote. Now, why would you want non-citizens to vote unless you're planning to cheat and steal? You know what I mean? Hello? Huh? Am I the only one that's paying attention here? But thankfully, Elon Musk owns Twitter now, or X, whatever the heck he's calling it. Business mogul Elon Musk, he's an engineer, damn good one too, has warned that Democrats are planning to steal more federal elections by allowing people who are not citizens to vote. According to Axios, House Democrats are predictably planning to strike down legislation that require proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. Responding to podcaster Tim Pool, and that's a great podcast. You can get it at, what's it called? Timcast. I think. He still calls it that. But he's a good kid, smart kid. Responding to Tim Pool, Musk said the reason that Democrats are doing this because they want to cheat in federal elections is they've done repeatedly over recent election cycles. Oh, you think? You know, that's what they do, man. It's what they do, and they've gotten away with it. And they come out and they say, well, not one judge has come out and said that there was any resemblance of cheating. Yeah, no matter how much evidence you shove in front of a judge, you know, they still have to live in the communities where they work, okay? They don't want their house burned down. Look at some punk tried to carjack, what was it, that wise old Latina or whatever her name is there? The Supreme Court Justice, Philo?
I've lost track of their names. They keep changing them up.
Oh, Sotomayor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. He tried to, I mean, this kid's got to be stupid. These are U.S. Marshals, okay? I mean, they maybe have business suits, but they're all packing heat. And you know that one or two of them has a friggin' Uzi, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're carrying serious firepower, or a MAC-10 or God knows what, all right? And they're not going to let some punk. And how stupid can you be in Washington, D.C. to try and steal a friggin' black Suburban, you know what I mean? With a bunch of guys driving it with short hair and friggin' weapons. Anyways, no judges lack standing. You can't bring the lawsuit because you lack standing.
Well, then sit.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Sit down, shut up. They want to cheat on July 8th, 2024. As exclusively reported, the Gateway Pundit and other conservative media organizations, huge numbers of non-citizens are allowed to vote in Fed elections, in many cases encouraged or solicited to do so by Democratic lawmakers and their allies. Which brings me to this, especially, what was it, in Wisconsin. Here we are. And in Wisconsin, here's just a minor example. What's his name? Zuckerbucks, Zuckerborg, that alien that with the guy, he's non-human, okay? Let's face it, Mark Zuckerberg is not human, okay? He's a humanoid in a humanoid being in a rubber suit. In Wisconsin, they had 10 million in Zuckerbucks for 5 different cities where they had Zucker's agents, Philo, embedded right in the clerk's offices, okay, which should be illegal. But the clerks are all like, man, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? And they actually went to homes to chase and fill out ballots and return absentee ballots. The 5 largest cities. And they're trying to recall Robin Vos, the Secretary of State. And you can find out more about this travesty at www.racinerecall.org. But it's just the tip of this iceberg. Let's see. Solicited by Democrats. Musk, meanwhile, because they know that nobody's going to vote for him on their ideas or their policies. Nobody's going to vote to print up money to hook up charging stations that don't work, okay, for electric cars that people don't want or don't own, okay. Nobody's going to want to shut down fossil fuels so that our heating bills go through the roof, and gas and diesel and everything else. Price gets jacked up. Trump was right last night. He was saying that inflation is more like 50%, man, when you get down to it. And
well, Vermont, you're going to see a drastic increase in taxes just in Vermont because we have to go green.
Oh, we have to go green. And everybody just got reappraised, so their houses are now worth 25 to 40% more.
I believe in your district, you're going to have to vote between Catherine Sims and I can't think of the other guy's name, anyways, I won't vote in that election because they don't represent me. They split our senators now,
Yeah. You mean, Sam Douglas.
Sam Douglas. So you're going to have a choice.
You know, I like Sam Douglas. I like his, the way his head works, okay? And he's not a progressive, money grubber like the rest of these jokers. But, I live next to him, okay?
Yeah.
And he keeps an animal prison in his backyard. I don't know why. He's got goats in these little tiny cages. They never get out. If you've ever seen a goat or any other animal that's allowed to run outside, Philo, I mean, they run around, they kick, they jump, you know what I mean?
Well, of course, my grandfather had, I think he only had like 15 or 20 head of cattle, but they were out every day.
Yeah,
You know, not like some of these other big farms, you know?
cow prisons.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough said about that before I get in trouble. Let's see. Musk has repeatedly raised concerns about electoral integrity with his nearly 190 million followers on at the X platform. Last month, he warned that electronic voting machines were at risk of being hacked and should be eliminated from the system.
Well, you know,
You think?
Trump had the Russians help him.
Yeah, right.
So now Biden is going to have the voting machines help him. So
That's the only way he got it last time, okay? If anybody remembers, they kept him locked in a basement, remember? He didn't go anywhere. He'd go out, remember, and people would like, it was like going to the drive-in, and they had people that'd honk on their horns, and he had like a few people that would sit in circles 10 feet apart near the stage.
Yep,
It's crazy.
this is the poorest excuse for an election I've ever seen.
I'm telling you, man, and it's just nuts. And these machines, look at France. France just had 2 elections in a week or 2.
They're also a much smaller country.
Look at the population. They're like what, 40 million, 50 million, Philo?
Yeah, but they're a smaller country. They're more compact.
Yeah. But still, Germany too.
Yep.
I mean, we could do it.
Yeah, but Germany's got all the best engineers.
Yeah. The ones that haven't been hijacked to China, Shanghai. Yeah, let's see. We should eliminate electronic voting machines. The risk to being hacked by humans or AI, while small, is still too high. We should eliminate electronic voting machines. Yeah, let's see. Still too, back in May, Musk also reposted a video urging whistleblowers to come forward and report irregularities ahead of the presidential election, providing it with millions of views in the process. If you're an election worker, organizer, or concerned citizen who has seen corruption in our elections firsthand, we want to hear your story. Those who report fraud or abuse are eligible for a payment from our $5 million fund. Wow, the Fair Election Fund. I didn't know about that.
Me neither.
Wow.
Remember, folks, you heard it here first.
Yeah. And if you go to Mike Lindell's website, supposedly, I haven't been there.
I've already got a pillow.
Yeah. No, screw the pillows. Mike Lindell's website, I think he has these electronic sticks or something, or some way you can program your phone to see if your voting machine at your local town clerk is hooked up to the internet, Philo.
Yeah.
Because they're not supposed to be, okay? They're supposed to be independent of the internet.
I know that ours here in Newport, they get counted by hand.
Thank God for small favors.
Yeah, I know, because I know the people, my wife was one of them.
Yeah,
Well,
they
actually, no,
double check them by hand. We have a machine that counts them first off. But anyways, on the green screen, we're running video this is from the Nova Festival, where the Hamas holes came over and snuck into the festival and killed all these kids that were attending. They were all tripping their brains out in the desert, the Nova Festival on October 7th in Israel. And this is, I mean, it's a great, yeah, it's the wrong word.
It's good
It's an
video.
accurate
It's good video footage.
Yeah, accurate telling of what happened that day. And he actually rolled up to the Hamas terrorists, and then he gets up there and he talks to the guy, and he realizes that he's a friggin' Hamas old terrorist, and he looks over to his right and he sees this Arab raping some Jewish girl, and his buddy's taking turns. It's crazy. And he bailed out of there, and they were shooting at him, but they missed him. It's wild. And then there's another video. Philo was nice enough to put them together for me. A video of the ambulance crew that braved fire. They went down and rescued a bunch of people too. And it was not an armored ambulance. They were only sending armored ambulances in. And other people were bringing wounded out to the other ambulances. But this guy and his crew, they just kept going back and back and back. And he got hollered at by his boss. He says, I have a SWAT team with me. And they interviewed his buddy. He said, did you guys have a SWAT team with you? And he's all like, no. Oh, and here's a couple of the Israeli police or something, and they're just sitting on the side of the road. They wouldn't come and help the guy. It's crazy. But anyways, this guy, his name was Oz Davidian, and he rescued, I don't know how many, 100, 200 kids that day. Anyways, that's what's running on the green screen. The Fair Election Fund, at Fair Elect Fund. Let's see, January must call for greater election security by calling for the mandatory use of photo ID. He described opposition to this proposal as insane. Exactly. Why would you not want photo ID, Philo? To cheat. I mean, you have to have an ID. I was thinking about this on the way over, right? If I lost my wallet, right? I've lost my bank card. I've lost my driver's license.
Credit cards,
Credit cards? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
your dog license,
Yeah.
your rabies vaccination.
The stripper club?
Your distemper shots?
Distemper shots, yeah. And Bigfoot's been sighted at NEK TV.
Yeah.
Some people love this hat, others not so much. But anyways, what have we got for news that's not news, that didn't make the news? Oh, the Karen Reed case down in Massachusetts. I think the jurors declared it a mistrial.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, it's crazy. The guy, I mean, this guy's a Boston cop. He's dead. He's found dead on some guy's lawn in Canton, another cop. And they didn't even go in and search the cop's house, Philo, where he was found on the front lawn.
Yep.
And they said they kept finding taillight pieces, and it cut the guy's hand up from the taillight pieces. It's like, these taillight pieces are made out of plastic. It's not like 1942 where they're actually made out of glass. You know, come on, people. That case was a cluster fluff like you read about.
Well, you remember, this is kind of like that case out in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Back during the playoffs, when they discovered this guy in his back lawn, and they don't know if he took too many drugs or got too drunk and ended up getting frozen out there, or if somebody whacked him and then threw him. No, they still haven't solved that one.
I remember that one, yeah.
Amazing.
And do you remember old Joe? He was he mandated the vaccine.
Oh yeah.
And
We're running
get
out
this.
of patience.
Yeah, our patience is wearing thin. And well, anyways, and some people had the guts to mention this fact that who was the segment of the population, Philo, that didn't get the vaccines more than any other race or religion?
It'd be the Amish.
Well, yeah, obviously they did, period. But it was blacks.
Yep.
Blacks had the lowest of any racial outgroup. Blacks had the lowest vaccination rates. And remember, they were trying to say that you couldn't go into a store or a restaurant if you weren't vaccinated or didn't show that vaccine card?
That's what they wanted, yeah.
Yeah, and we were this close to getting it. I mean, all you people out there who are going to vote for Biden again, did you just forget all this?
Listen, if you didn't get the shot, you're just being selfish, and if you don't wear the mask, you're being selfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to the moonbats
Yeah, the moon bats!
and snowflakes.
Morons, psychopaths, and mental defectives.
Yes, all of those and more,
Yeah, it's crazy.
right here in the Democratic Party.
I don't know what the hell. They've ruined my party. They ruined my
You
party.
can't even be a good communist anymore.
Yeah. Damn it, I hate when that happens. You know, I was a Goldwater kid in '64, Philo.
So was I. I was 13.
Yeah. Shit.
I was
60
13 when that happened.
I was 8,
Yeah.
7 or 8.
You know what Barry Goldwater did, though? He said, we have no choice, but if we don't pull all our people out of Vietnam, we're going to have to send troops in. And
Yep.
Lyndon Johnson said, we will never send troops in. And guess who sent them in?
Johnson said, I'll never send American boys over to fight in Vietnam when the Vietnamese boys can do their own fighting.
And guess what happened?
Yeah, because they dummied up the Tonkin Gulf
Yep.
incident.
Yes, they did.
And that's why you had people like me and Philo and a lot of others not believing this virus stuff, because we've known that the government would lie to us. We've known that the government would shoot up, dummy up an incident.
And not only that, but look at what they dummied up and lied about to get us into Iraq.
Oh man, yeah, that's on the younger kids. You guys should, and a lot of younger people fell for that and joined the military. God bless them. They thought they were doing the right thing, but they were duped.
As much as I didn't like Richard Nixon, you know what he noticed? We had 500,000 troops in Vietnam. Nobody wanted to be there, and the price of oil was going out of this world. So he said, let's stop this. We're getting out. And
Yeah.
he stopped the draft, too.
Yeah. Well, it all goes back to that girl in the Lincoln Memorial, remember?
Yep.
It's in that movie Nixon. That Oliver Stone movie. She says, you can't stop it, can you? You can't stop it. You're the president. You can't stop it.
Nope,
And-
he can't.
He was coming down the steps and he was half cocked at 4 a.m. And he looks at Bob Haldeman and says, Bob, she's right. It's crazy. Oh, and speaking of which, they've got a new round of evictions at Logan Airport, Philo.
Really?
Yeah, they've had like 2 or 3 terminals loaded up with illegal aliens, man. Well, they're going to boot them on the 9th. Well, that was yesterday. It doesn't say where they're going to put them, but I'll tell you what, the black people in Roxbury and Dorchester and stuff like that, there's the ambulance crew. They're not happy, okay? Because their schools, their community centers, any empty memorial hall and any building that'll hold people or it's owned by the community, they're booting out the citizens and bringing in these illegals. So the Democrats are angering. They're angering the black people, which are their last population.
Yep.
Black women. When they lose black women, man, that's it. It's over. Say goodbye to Uncle Joe. Oh, if you go to Washington Free Beacon, damn, I should have videoed this one. They have a Uncle Joe alphabet where they all these words that he strings together, they start off with A. A is for and then B is for balloonification. And they go through the whole alphabet with Uncle Joe he not being able to say these words. Oh, and in June, what happened last month, Philo?
Oh, lots of things.
Yeah, the Saudis said no more petrodollars, man. So that's it. You think inflation's bad now? Even if Trump does get in, it's going to take a whole lot of drilling and pumping and stuff to get us back on track. And then get rid of, we got to get rid of 9 to 10 million illegal aliens and give them the boot too. No more sanctuary cities, man. And
Well-
thank God we've got a originalist Supreme Court, because we need them bad.
Well, isn't it funny? They sent them to all these liberal cities, and now the people there, like New York City, they're getting really ripped. And who do they have? They have naturally a Democrat mayor who once said, "Oh, come on in." Now he doesn't know what the hell to do with them.
Oh, and guess who's getting indicted, Philo?
Oh, who's that?
The mayor of New York City.
No kidding.
Yeah, he started griping about the wetbacks and illegals in his community. He should have kept his mouth shut, man, because these guys are serious, Philo. If you don't tote the Democratic Party line, you get the boot, and worse, they take you to court. Eric Adams, man, he's got like, I don't know how many counts he's got to face. I didn't have time to look it up. I just heard a clip of it last night. Yeah, wow.
I can look it up for you on Google if you get. What is his name again?
Eric Adams.
Okay, I'll just ask Google. Okay, excuse me for a minute.
Okay, I'll go on here. And you know how they have, what do you call it? They have drag queen story hours. Well, there's a group of conservative people and church people who are providing an alternative to drag queen story hours, and they're calling it Brave Story Hours, where they actually have people come into the library and read normal books to the poor kids. You know? Imagine that. Normal books for normal kids. Oh, and damn it, I wish it wasn't going to rain so hard. I wonder if the event's been canceled. It's supposed to last for a week, but they've got an old aircraft show over in Plattsburgh. So maybe, but if this show airs on, we usually air on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It might, this episode might air on Thursday night. So you guys, if you're into antique aircraft, go over to Plattsburgh and check them out. It's crazy. They got a B-17 bomber, man. And I'll tell you what, you see these old bombers on movies, World War II movies like 12 O'Clock High and stuff like that. You look at this plane and you think, oh, it's a 4-engine plane, it's a big bird, you know. And then when they allow you to go inside the plane on the tours, I mean, if you pay them money as a fee, they can go up in a tour. They'll fly you in the plane. But when you get into that cockpit, or just even in the plane, walking through, it is amazing how damn small these planes were. These bombers didn't hold squat, man. I mean, it was like, these things were smaller than the old DC-9 or whatever the heck it was, those prop planes. It's like mind-boggling. It's crazy small. It's a miracle we won that friggin' war.
I found it.
Yeah?
Well, almost everything on here is a video, but this is what it says. A lawsuit filed Monday gives new details of a woman's allegation against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, accusing him of sexually assaulting her in 1993 while they both worked for the city.
Is that all they got?
That's just one article. I'm looking. They've got more results. There's like a truckload of results here.
I had no clue what it was for, but thanks, Philo.
Yep, that's the headline.
Oh, and Judicial Watch, too. Judicial Watch is suing the federal government because guess what, boys and girls? You know, when they promised to release all the January 6th footage, you know, because they're going to use that during the campaign. Oh, that insurrection. Oh, that insurrection. Oh, that insurrection. Or the erection at the Capitol. They won't release any more of the video, and it seems like a lot of it's been lost, Philo.
That's what Gilda Radner used to say. Remember Emily Latella?
Yeah,
She says, "Oh, why does all this fuss over the 1976 erection?"
yeah, it's nuts. And they've lost it. And where's the damn speaker? We got this new speaker. Oh, he's from Louisiana and he follows biblical principles. Oh, baloney. He's a hack like the rest of them.
Yep.
And he's scared of the powerful. You know, it's just too much.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So, no, they won't release any more video nor any emails. So Judicial Watch, thank God for Judicial Watch, they've gone and subpoenaed this stuff. And the laptop, my God.
Well,
6
you know
a.m.
why all this graft and corruption happens, don't you? The only reason it happens is because if there wasn't any, the news wouldn't have anything to do.
Yeah. Because there's, like everything else, there's no consequences.
Yeah.
I mean, Philo and I can remember in the old days when, you know, when they'd set up a camera in a friggin' Watergate hotel room and have a bunch of guys dressed as Arabs and, you know, and bring in suitcases full of cash and try to bribe people.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Oh, and over the weekend, what was it, 119, 120 people were shot in Chicago, Philo?
Had to be at least that.
And 20 of them were killed? Okay, no problem there, right?
Hey, they got tough gun laws.
Oh, yeah, they got the toughest gun laws in the country, man. In the damn country. What else we got? And I keep hearing this thing. Oh, Trump's a threat to democracy. He's a threat to our democracy. You know what? Whenever they say that, just think regime, okay? It's not. He's a threat to our regime. He's a threat to our power. First of all, if I hear this democracy crap one more time, I'm going to come to your house and beat you, okay?
Well, you know what RFK said, didn't you? RFK Jr.?
What's
He said
that?
Biden's a bigger threat.
Yeah. Look at what he did during the friggin' COVID crap.
Yep. Mandate. Masks, vaccines, vaccine cards. And
Oh, yeah.
hey, we're running out of patience.
It's wearing thin. And Fauci too. And but anyways, we are not a democracy. We are a democratic republic. You know what? The best description of a democracy I've ever heard, Philo?
Is anarchy.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. That's the first thing that comes to mind. But the best description I've heard of a true democracy is 4 wolves and a sheep deciding on what's for dinner.
Yeah.
It's a democracy, right?
Yep.
Everybody gets a vote. I mean, our founding fathers set up this democratic republic so that the minorities would have rights, okay? So that, because when you have a democracy, sure, the majority rules, but it's the majority rules, but it's all it's bad news. You can come in if you need your tools or something. You come on in. Tell this guy it's okay.
Yes, okay, come on in.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't hear you. But anyways, we're not a democracy, damn it. And they had George Stephanopoulos.
Oh, my friend George Stephanopoulos.
Yes, Snuffagopoulos. Well, do you remember what the squad, the unit was called when he worked for Bill Clinton, Philo?
No, but I remember that. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. Well, when Bill Clinton was running for president, there were so many women coming out of the woodwork saying that he had either assaulted them or raped them or whatever, that they formed this thing called the Bimbo Eruptions Unit, okay? That would be B-E-U, Bo. Then George Stephanopoulos was head of the Bimbo Eruptions Unit. It was crazy, man. And this guy, he's a Democratic operative, man.
Oh, Step and Fetch a lot? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still
And-
got his show on TV on Sundays.
And they all were. Look at Jake Tapper. You know who he used to work for, Philo? He worked for, what was that woman's name? Marjorie something Medvinsky.
Oh, Irish.
She was a congresswoman or something from Philadelphia. And Jake Tapper had worked for her forever and ever. Or it was either her or her husband. And same with Chuck Todd. And all of these pukes. And I wonder how many how many people from Kamala Jong-il office is going to get those jobs. That's my new name for her. Because she wears the same pantsuits, Philo.
Huh.
All she'd have to do is get on a balcony and wave like this. And she'd be like, Camilla Jong-il. Yep. Wave to the wolf, man. Yeah. Oh, man. It's some good ones. This is from old Joe on July 2nd. He was talking about the hurricane. It's the first named, the earliest hurricane we've ever seen. And it's going to hit the people impacted islands.
What?
What? Exactly. The people impacted islands.
That sounds like a serious medical issue.
Yeah. Ouch.
I think some Metamucil or something would help that.
Yeah. Can you get rid of it with antibiotics? Let's see. And then he said, the clean transition to clean energy and climate investment to devastated communities. Okay, everybody got that? Can you,
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
can we quote you on that, Mr. President?
You know, I used to work with guys who used to butcher the language like that, and I bet they would understand.
Yeah, gibberish. Clean transition to clean energy and climate investment to devastated communities. And the American Rescue Plan, not plan, the bland. It's like brand, only bland. Bland, bland, bland. Let's see. And barrel passing through the care bean. Care bean, like a carbine, not Caribbean. Passing through the care bean.
Oh, my gosh.
And climate resilience. Climate resilience, FEMA's, and then what was the other one? B-ball. B-ball national prayer. Now, brother, you got to know how to know. Okay, no problem there.
Nope, we got
And
it.
get this, speaking of Boeing's problems, Philo. Now, Elon Musk, they asked SpaceX to come up with a reusable rocket, right?
Yep.
So they could get people up to the space station and back. He does it no problem. Not only that, but he comes out with software so good that he can not only take off and launch the thing up into space, but the rocket, the bottom part, can actually land on a friggin' barge out in the ocean, on a dot, on a barge. So anyways, they said, well, we're going to do it to a few other bidders. So we got to get Boeing in here. So they got Boeing to make one, and I think it's called the Starliner, right, Philo?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. The Boeing Starliner. Well, the thing's $1 billion over budget, right?
Oh, good.
And they just launched, it was about 3 weeks ago, just launched it. It was about 3 weeks ago, they launched a rocket full of people to go up to the space station, and guess what happened, Philo?
It blew up.
No. It got them up there, but they can't get back. For some reason, there's some coolant leak or some damn thing, and they can't fix it, and they can't get back. Though they do have a lifeboat. I mean, they have an emergency capsule they can get in. I think they're the Russian ones. You know what I mean?
Oh, the Russians, okay.
Yeah. And speaking of which, in the Russian Salyut 7 spacecraft, in January, February, March of 2019, the astronauts, the cosmonauts at the Salyut 7 said they saw angels outside the spacecraft, Philo.
Wow.
Big ones, too. They actually had a humanoid form and wings, what looked like wings. And they were overcome with a sense of well-being. Yeah, here we are. Speaking of Muskie's thing where the aliens are going to have non-citizens voting, the Oversight Project showed that 10% of non-citizens are registered to vote. And you can find that at the Heritage Foundation. Just go to the heritagefoundation.org or .com and look up the Oversight Project. And we've got non-governmental organizations like Catholic Charities, High Ass. You get your high ass out of here, right?
Yeah.
You know what High Ass stands for?
What's that?
The Hebrew International something something. Because I've got solicitations for money from them people.
Wow.
Yeah. Oversightpr.org, I think that's it. Or .com. Oversightpr.org. Oh, and did you know that the Mayan origin myth or story or whatever, Philo? They talk all of them talk about a flood, a global flood. The Mayans said that this guy Kukulkan, he in the Popol Vuh, that's their book. It's made out of some kind of bark, and it's actually like a real book, like a binder. And the Catholics, they spared some of them. Thank God the priest didn't burn everything, But they saved the Popol Vuh, and in 3114 BC, the Hero twins came down to Earth and taught people how to cultivate and live in the jungle. And those cities, those Mayan cities, I saw this thing on National Geographic where it was just incredible, Terry.
It wasn't Romulus and Remus, was it?
It might have been, They just changed their names for the Mayans.
Yep.
They had this ingenious way of making giant basins and dams so that they could save water through a 6-month dry season. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they would use clay and stuff like that, and it was just incredible. And you know how they kept the water clean, Philo?
How's that?
With water lilies and swamp stuff, I mentioned that. I tried to get them to do that with the upgrade of the Troy J sewer treatment plant when they expanded it to take the sewerage from the ski area.
Oh.
They could have done it, Philo, right? The plant generates methane, right?
Yeah.
All they'd have to do is capture the methane, and then they could burn that methane to heat these giant greenhouses that would enclose the silt ponds. That's all they'd have to do, so that they could use them all year. Because for half the year up here in Vermont, it's frozen friggin' solid. So there's no way that the plants can clean the water. So for half the year, they just chlorine strip this wastewater and dump it into the river. During the summer months, the weeds filter it out. But oh no, we couldn't do that because, we're stupid, and it makes too much sense, Philo. You know how much those fabric Quonset hut things cost? Next to nothing. We could have put those right on top of the damn settling ponds. Oh no. No, we don't want clean water going into the river, do we, Philo?
Oh, heavens no.
Oh, and then they got this guy in Russia. The Russians claim he's a spy, right? Evan Gershowitz.
Ah, hoy.
Hey, yes, Gershowitz, an Irishman. Well, he speaks fluent Russian. His parents taught him fluent Russian. They were rabid anti-communists. And think about this for a minute, boys and girls. Have they ever admitted that somebody was a spy? In any country, when one country captures another spy, have they ever admitted that the guy worked for the CIA?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of, and we're old people. And we've been paying attention, okay? It doesn't happen. Oh, and they're talking about building a smart highway in Michigan, huh, Philo, Route 94?
That's because most of them don't know nothing.
Most of who?
The roads.
The roads, yeah.
Don't know nothing. That's why they ain't smart.
Yeah, they got to go to macadam school.
Yes.
It's crazy. We had old teachers that used to say, be careful you don't skin your knees out on the macadam. What?
What?
The macadam? Yep. All right, Ethel, give me a load of macadam on the double.
I'm glad you got that back. You know that?
Yeah, I needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart roads. So what they're gonna do is instead of just putting a wire down the road so that, like embedded in the asphalt or whatever, so that the cars could just follow it, Oh, no. They're gonna put up wireless towers, Philo. So the whole thing, while you're driving, you'll just be bombarded with radiation.
Okay,
Oh, sure.
that works.
Yeah. And the cars will all be talking to each other and be talking to the highway, and the highway will be talking to the cars. And in the meantime, nobody's friggin' driving. What could go wrong, man? Oh, and here we are. The Europeans are still getting bootleg gas from Russia. I hate to tell them this, but, they got that NATO confab down in Washington. The NATO people all decided to come see Joe, because he's moving mighty slow with the White House. And it's like NATO, man, the Nazi American Treason Organization. NATO was formed to protect the Europeans, the Western European countries against the Soviet Union, okay? When the Soviet Union dismantled, they should have dismantled NATO, but they didn't. And you know who's paying for it? We're paying for it, okay? We are paying for it. And,
Okay, Steve, last but not least.
Oh, last but not least, geez Louise. Anyways, 18% of LNG is in Europe is bootleg Russian gas. They get 47% from the USA. I could go through the energy prices, but and facts and figures, but if you want to find out, check out this guy, Dave Walsh Energy. He's on Twitter and Getter and everything else. He's a great guy. Anyways, once again, you wasted a perfectly good hour of your life watching this stupid show. So hopefully, we'll see you again next week. Inshallah, as the Hebrabs say. Until then, get down on your hands and knees in the men-only mosque. Sniff the bum of the guy in the man dress in front of you. Head east and worship the meteorite in Mecca and go, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Akbar.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, a happy Deus Magnus Est to one and all.
Uh-oh, there he goes. Hey, somebody go grab him, quick. Go get him. He's talking to dead people again.
I love how they all kind of don't know what to do every time Biden kind of wanders off. It's like, are you going to get...
Not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere. All over the world, they're pouring in.
He's lost.
And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency,
Wow.
we had, according to...
Look at the closed captions. Whoever's doing the closed captions can't figure out what Joe is saying.
And by the way, the other thing is, we're in a situation where...
4D billion insurance due to a pre-existing insurance condition.
The amount of money for Pell Grants, another $8,000.
It only-
Anybody making under $70,000.
I pity the fool. I pity the fool running the closed caption.
He just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump.
So I've dealt with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. So sad. They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old, all because of him and stupid decisions. Russia would have never attacked if I were
President Trump,
president.
the question was, will you accept?
Start? Look. Hunter's a great guy, and he knows we can rehabilitate the situation, right? Who knows more about rehab than Hunter? He's done more rehabs than the property brothers. And he said, Pops, you didn't sleep enough, that's all. You need to pick me up. And use my medicine of choice. I left a bag of it in the White House for you. I said, no thank you, I don't need it. I don't do the powder, all right? Wise man once told me, don't sniff anything smaller than a teenager's head. And then he was eaten by cannibals.
Check. Son of a gun, better change your act.